I do need to make sure that I am actually live. I'm a little rusty. I haven't done this in a couple weeks, but I've had a lot going on, changing countries, changing multiple condos, crashing a car, terrible internet that's prevented me from doing live streams. So, yeah. Can you guys please let me know if I'm actually live in the chat? Chat, am I actually live? Had a lot going on, changing countries, changing multiple condos, crashing a car, terrible internet that's prevented me from doing live streams. So, yeah. A lot going on, guys. Can you guys a lot going on. Let me know if I'm actually live in the chat. Anyway, how's life with you guys? Where are you at? Please check in and let me know. I'm thinking this is actually a very good time to do live streams with you guys. That's prevented me from doing live streams. Okay, thanks. Appreciate it, Chris. Yeah. A lot going on, guys. Carson said sunset beer on me. Man, I appreciate it, dude. That's 2 sunset beers. Anyway, please explain the thumbnail. Chop Z, please check in and I can't imagine you fitting into that. I actually attempted to sit in that car. That car is from Hing's Garage, and it's actually it's a Carson said sunset beer on me. Man, I appreciate it, dude. That's 2 sunset beers. Anyway, so I will actually show you. Please check in and I can't imagine you fitting into echo. I got the echo. Hold up. Okay, that should have fixed the echo, right? That should have fixed the echo. It's been a while since I've done this. I'm rusty. I have a new mic system. How's the audio sounding, guys? Yeah, sorry. Basically what was happening was I had the live stream playing on my desktop, and so it was you were hearing me twice. You were hearing me through the microphone system, and then you were hearing me through the other. So this the car that you were asking about, this is that car. So this is what it looks like factory. It's a Daihatsu Copen. So yeah, it's a little Japanese car. I think it's a 1 liter turbocharged type of thing. So this is that car. But look at this. So this is the exact car. I shopped this car for Super Street Magazine. It's owned by my friend Hing at Hing's Garage. A lot of you guys know Hing. So it basically goes from this to this. And it's called the Baby GTR. So it's like a Baby GTR conversion. Sounds a little hollow, but good. Audio is good. Audio is fine. Clean audio. Sounds fine. Yeah, but new mic. So I'm got to fine tune some things. So what's up, Brian? Brian's in North Carolina. Very nice. Yeah, so that's what that car is. And I have a video somewhere. I don't think I can find it right now, but I did sit in it. Barely. I was able to fit, but there's no way I could have actually driven the car. So yeah, it goes from this to this. It's a Liberty Walk. It's a Liberty Walk wide body kit. Yeah. So it's a very cool car, owned by my buddy Hing at Hing's Garage. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing well. I've had a lot going on. ADJ, are you okay from the crash, homie? Yeah, man, I'm fine. Not a single bruise. Like, not sore, not a bruise, not a scratch, literally nothing. So, as a lot of you guys know, I I was back in Bangkok 24 hours and I crashed my cream pie. Man, I'm so upset, dude. So upset, bro. I'm so pissed. Ah, I'm so pissed about that situation. Just sucks, man. Um, and I planned to be in Europe for a little bit longer. It shouldn't even happen because I shouldn't even have been here. This time of year in Thailand, August and September is the worst time of the year when it comes to the monsoon season, especially in Bangkok. I ended up being in Bangkok. When I got back to Thailand, I rented an Airbnb condo for 2 weeks, and I was there for 10 days. I left after 10 days, but it poured like massive, massive thunderstorms every single day. Like there wasn't 10 days in a row, at least one time a day. It was a massive downpour. Like one of those rains you look outside and you go, well, shit. Like like one of those type of thunderstorms. Jay Howell, fix her. Yeah, man, it's getting fixed. Man, it's already so much progress already. Already got front bumper, fender, got every body panel that's needed, every light, the grill, every body panel that's needed is arriving at the shop today. So, except for the front lip. So we're having trouble finding the Pandem front lip. So have to work on that. All the suspension parts have already been ordered. I'm waiting to hear back from my people about a new coilover system that I'm looking to get. And then we're getting quotes on getting new barrels for the wheels. So, uh, yeah, man. I mean, it'll be back. Really, the only thing that's going to take a while is getting my coilover system, my new coilover system from the U.S. So, all the suspension and body panels and all that will be fixed weeks before I get my new coilover system. So, Chris, it's hard to say how much it's going to cost because the thing is like the coilover system that I'm looking at getting, um, to replace the Olins is really, really expensive. But I'm trying to work out a deal with the company that makes the coilover system to like hook me up under like a sponsorship deal, because of my YouTube channel. But like the great thing, what's crazy about shops in Thailand, while cars are very, very expensive, the price of labor here is so incredibly cheap. So incredibly cheap. Like, okay, if you're in the US, I want to ask you guys. Jay Howell, appreciate it, bro. You're amazing as well. I want to ask you guys a question. If you're in the US, UK, Australia, whatever, a shop that does things like restores Ferrari F40, like a really, really, really high end, really high caliber restoration and modification shop. What do they charge per hour for labor these days? David, the scooter travel vlogs, man, they're not fun anymore, man. Those were only fun during the situation. During the situation when no one was on the road, best time of my life. Now, dude, if you saw the way people drive in Thailand, there's no way you want to do long distance trips on scooters. It's literally risking your life. Russell says 250. Anybody else that's into cars? Chris, 300 an hour. As much as 500. 100 an hour for basic stuff. Dan, yeah, at like a basic shop that works on like a Civic, $100 an hour. But a shop that like restores Ferraris and Lamborghini Countach, Like we're not even talking about like a Huracan. We're talking about like classic Italian and German cars, like high-end classic and German Italian cars. I was thinking about what like Chris would say. Because I think these days most shops that work on like a Skyline GTR or a Toyota Supra or like just your basic performance. Look at that 250 an hour plus. Yeah, like a normal performance shop that works on Supras and Skylines and like Corvettes and stuff like that. I think these days they charge $150 to $200 an hour. So I think like a specialty shop that works on things like Ferrari F40s and stuff, 300 plus an hour. I mean, look at that. It says 250 an hour plus, bare minimum 250 an hour plus. So a shop like that in Thailand, we're talking about $100 an hour. So average shop rates in Oklahoma are 150 to 200. Yeah, for an average shop. Yeah. So a shop like that in Thailand, yeah, like $100 an hour. So literally one third the price of what it cost in the US. Now, also get this, if you're a mechanic, you've ever worked at a shop, if you're a mechanic or you ever worked at a shop or you ever had a car worked on by a shop in the US, UK, or Australia, are you guys familiar with what's called book time? If you have to replace an alternator, you're charged book time to replace that alternator, right? Now, book time to replace that alternator might be 6 hours, right? But a good mechanic might get it done in 4 hours. But you're still charged book time, right? I'm a service manager in Florida for a power sports, and we charge $190 an hour. Yeah, this is $190 an hour for a power sports shop. Now imagine what a shop costs that restores Ferrari F40s and Countaches. Bro, it's gotta be 300 plus an hour. Minimum in the US. I would probably say 400 an hour. Honestly, I would probably say 400 an hour. So a shop like that in Thailand charges $100 an hour instead of $400 an hour. Also, here they don't charge book time. If it takes 4 hours to replace an alternator, you're being charged 4 hours. They don't charge book time here, which is crazy. Crazy to me. 2 lives, one left. Is there a timeline on repairs you need? Are shops there reasonable uh time wise for repairs? They seem to have a lot to do. Do they have the manpower to keep up, or do you wait? Um, yeah, I mean it depends on the shop. There's a lot of shops here. I mean, shit. You guys know the situation. You guys know the situation that I went through with my boat. You know what I'm saying? You guys know the situation I went through with my boat, you know? So I mean it's hold up, I'm adjusting my chair. Yeah. So I mean it depends on the shop. You know what I'm saying? My shop that works on cream pie, they get shit done. And my shop down here in Patia that works on my Evo, same with them, man. They get shit done. They got the manpower and they get it done. Oh, and that's what we're talking about. Progress is being made. Everything's torn apart. All body panels will be arriving today, except for the front lip. We have to source the Pandem wide body front lip, but every other body panel has been sourced, and it should be arriving at the shop today. So lots of progress have been made. Dan said you do look Polish, by the way. Bro, man, it was so crazy to me. What a crazy experience for me. Walking around the country, not being a local, but looking like a local. I mean, here in Thailand and Philippines and Southeast Asia, I definitely don't look like a local. Nobody walks up to me and just speaks to me in the local language, expecting me to reply back in the local language. In Poland, it happened every day, bro. Every day. Every day. If you're, Just Mike says if you're restoring a classic Ferrari in the U.S., you go to Motion Products in Wisconsin and you don't ask how much it costs. These guys do Pebble Beach level restorations. Man, I would guess a shop like that is minimum $500 an hour. $500 an hour, easy. Matt, what up, dude? Good to see you here, Matt. Yeah, but we got the cream pie discussion out of the way a little bit. Man, sucks, dude. It sucks. Oh, it sucks. But yeah, really today's main topic is it's good to be back home. It was time to come back home to Thailand. Thailand is one of those countries that um it's very strange. A lot of people come here, they come to Thailand and then they just sit here. And they never leave. I meet guys all the time that live here in Thailand and they literally have not left in 3, 4, 5 years. A lot of guys, especially here in Pattaya, they just sit here. They don't go anywhere. I mean, this is where they live and this is where they're comfortable. Me, I'm the type of person that when even though Thailand's my favorite place in the world, um, when I'm here for I don't know, normally 3 to 5 months, I get like itchy feet. I just want to go. I just want to. I gotta go somewhere. Appreciate you, Chris. I do not miss the United States at all, not one bit. I do miss my family, and I miss some of my close friends. Um, I do miss my family, and I miss my close friends that unfortunately never come see me. Unfortunately, my family doesn't travel. They've never left the U.S., and I don't know if they will ever leave the U.S. They say every year they're going to come visit, but then there's always something always comes up. Most of the times, it is legitimate excuses, um, but something always comes up, and just if I want to see them, I have to go back to see them, which sucks because I don't like going back to the U.S. I would rather my friends and family come see me here and have a great time and enjoy Thailand and see how amazing it is. But unfortunately, I have to go back and visit them. Loop, I appreciate it, dude. Thank you for the support, man. But yeah, what I was saying was, yeah, I'm the type of person once I'm here for 4 or 5 months, I gotta go. I gotta go travel. I get itchy feet. Um, but once I go somewhere, I just after 2, 3, 4 weeks, I start missing Thailand and I want to come home. And that's what happened. It was time for me to come home. It was time for me to come home back to Thailand. I was gone for um almost 2 months. I was in the Philippines for 2 weeks, and then I was in Poland for 6 weeks. So yeah, it was. I was in a weird situation. I explained this to. I made an update video on Patreon, and I explained this to all the guys on my Patreon. But the guys, if you want to support me further and you want a bunch of extra videos, a bunch of extra content, and get real up to date information, make sure to join my Patreon. The link's in the video description. We also do multiple meetups per year through my Patreon. It's a great way to support what I do on CB Media. Um, but Yeah, I was explaining this to the guys on Patreon. I was in Poznan, Poland, and I was wanting to go to a drift event in Riga. And that didn't work out because I wasn't able to get a media pass because of some logistic stuff there when it comes to insurance. And I was trying to decide what to do and where to go. I was considering going to Warsaw, but Warsaw was like shockingly expensive compared to the rest of Poland. Pro tip, if you're going to Poland, Warsaw, the capital city, is 2 to 3 times the price as every other city in Poland. So you need to make sure to budget if you plan to go to Warsaw. So I was considering going to Warsaw, and then I was considering going to the Philippines to film my friend's turbo K20 Jeepney, and then they blew up the engine on the Jeepney, and then I was just looking at flights, and a flight popped up to Bangkok for the next day at 2 p.m. at a really good price. Another pro tip: if you're looking at booking flights and you're traveling, a lot of times you can actually get a really good deal on a flight if you book for the next day. Those last minute flights can be crazy good deals because they want to fill seats that they have left. So I was able to get like a flight that was like the next day back to Bangkok, and it was like $700, which was a really good deal for that flight. Leaving Poznan, leaving the city that I was actually in. So I was like, well, I guess I'm going back to Thailand. Yeah, Sean, I was thinking about Japan as well. I was thinking about going to Japan as well. I need to go back to Japan. So I've only been to Japan one time, and when I went, I stayed for I think it was 2 months. Yeah, I stayed for 2 months in Tokyo. Appreciate you, Chris, man. Millennium, that's what this video is about, dude. I am officially back in Thailand. Hello from Pattaya, Thailand. What's the best advice you've ever gotten? Very good question, James. Best advice you've ever gotten. Stay single and don't have any kids. That's the best advice I've ever gotten, is stay single and don't have any kids. And that's literally what has allowed me to live the life that I live, because without those commitments and financial responsibilities, I'm able to do what I do, and I live an amazing life because of that. Dan says, "What's your favorite Polish food?" Man, dude, those the what are they called? The Zabkas or whatever? The like the big piece of bread? Like the big piece of bread, that man, I would destroy those things. Dan, are you laughing at my best piece of advice? Ask 90% of married men if that's true or not. And what's the worst advice you've ever gotten? Get married and have kids. Yeah. The worst advice I've ever gotten: get married and have kids. It's time to settle down. It's time to settle down, sir. You're getting old. You need to start a family. That or get a real job. Yeah, that or get a real job. One of those. Yeah, Junior says he married his wife because she didn't want kids. Yeah, man. I mean, it works for lots of people, but you know, I generally kind of operate my life off a risk versus reward profile. What is the risk versus what is the reward? And especially if you live in the US, um, with these days with the toxic dating environment and the way divorce settlements are done, it can be, it's a very high risk getting married. You can, maybe if I would have got married 20 years ago, things would have been different. You know, if you have like a high school sweetheart and you know your first love type of thing, if you get married to her, you're normally good. But you know, if you're in your 30s trying to date and trying to find a wife in your 30s, um, you're screwed. Russell says kids are a joy and a pain, mostly joy. I'm sure, man. You know, a lot of people will just tell me you don't get it because you don't have kids. Probably true, you know. But you know, if I had kids, I definitely wouldn't be able to live the life that I live. You know, Richard, tell me about it. My wife is super high risk. Yeah, man. Yeah, Richard, but you've dated your wife for a very very long time. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you were to become single now, if you were to become single now, and like in your situation, and then you would try to date now and try to get married now, oh, bro, give it up. Move to Thailand. James asked, could I make as much money making content in the U.S. versus Thailand? I would think so, probably, but I wouldn't save as much, and I wouldn't have the lifestyle that I have because of the cost of everything in the U.S. with the inflation. Just everything costs so much money, man. It's just unbelievable. Um, I could make as much, but I would spend 3 to 4 times the amount. It doesn't make sense. 15 years. Wow. I can't believe that, dude. I thought it feels like it was 5. But then again, I've been over here for 5 plus years. Mike had a question. We'd kind of moved on from the cream pie discussion, but Mike had a question that I was getting asked a lot, and I didn't address it in the video. If insurance was covering the accident with cream pie, no, because I have insurance, but kind of the insurance in Thailand is super cheap. I mean, we're talking about like I think insurance on my car per year on my E30, I'm talking about it's like $200 a year. And the insurance covers other people's cars and it covers like medical bills and stuff like that, but it doesn't cover it doesn't cover my car because here's the thing. If I had insurance like well, it does cover my car, but I wouldn't want them to attempt to fix my car. The shop that they would use to work on that car, no way, dude. No way. And they also wouldn't cover any type of aftermarket parts. So they would replace the shock, the Öhlins coilover, with a stock suspension. They would replace the fender with stock suspension. Everything would be replaced with OEM parts. Um, and the level of detail that they would take in repairing the car, they would be repairing it the same way they would repair an Isuzu D-Max. That car you can't have just a normal, you know, run of the mill automotive shop and a normal paint and body shop working on that car. And that's what the insurance would do here in Thailand. So I would rather just pay out of pocket and have it repaired correctly by people that understand what that car is than have the insurance pay for it and have some random Thai redneck at a normal mechanic shop down the street work on my car. Like, thanks, but no thanks. Jay Sully, yeah, I am, man. I am officially moved into a new condo in Pattaya, Thailand. So I got a new spot. Came down here, signed a lease. It's good. Going back to it feels good to be back home. I am 100% settled in a new condo. Officially moved in, and yeah, it feels good, dude. You know, I moved out of my condo on John Tiem Beach probably like 5 months ago. It's been like 5 months. I've been on the road for 5 months, basically living out of two backpacks. I had a a big backpack and then a normal size backpack with my laptop, a little bit of camera gear, and my, some clothes. And I've been basically on the road for like 5 months. I moved out of my condo in John Tiem. I went and spent a month in the Philippines, and then I came back here and spent a month in Thailand, and then I went to the Philippines for 2 weeks, and then I was in Poland for a month and a half. So I mean, it was like 4 to 5 months I was on the road, basically homeless, basically just living out of a backpack. I had my couch, all of my stuff like in a storage unit in Pattaya, and yeah, I'm back. I'm settled, signed a 1 year lease on a condo here in Pattaya. I was considering moving to Bangkok, but after spending 10 days in Bangkok, the traffic, the rain, it just it wasn't worth it to me. Like it wasn't worth it. Yeah, I got good parking, John. Yeah. Yeah, this one of the most important things for me is to be able to actually get my E30 in the parking deck. So if you ever plan on moving to Thailand and you plan to own a modified car, especially one that's lowered, that has like really nice stance, you're going to run into a problem with the parking decks in condos here because like the way the slope is to like the to the parking deck, you'll have issues getting into the parking deck, and especially like it'll be like this. So you have to hit it at a really hard angle. But the problem is a lot of the entryways to these condos are like super narrow, so you can't hit it at like an angle like you would want to, and you end up scraping front lips, scraping your exhaust, me scraping my oil pan. So Russell was asking about buying a condo in Thailand. The thing about buying a condo in Thailand is the price of condos in Thailand, they're way cheaper than the US, but like the ratio doesn't make sense. So here's the thing. If you buy a condo in Thailand, on average, right? On average, I would say it's probably half to 2/3 the price of buying that same condo in the US. Generally speaking, generally speaking, US, UK, Australia. I would say it's half to 2/3 the price to buy a condo. But to rent a condo, it's a quarter of the price. So it's very weird. It's like, if you're buying condos in Thailand, like as far as investment properties to rent them out, your profit margins are nowhere near as good as the US. Because to purchase the condo, it's half to 2/3 the price, but to rent the condo, it's a quarter of the price. So to get your money back, it takes a lot longer. Do you see what I'm saying? Um, Enlightened Explorer, I appreciate it, dude. Thanks, man. Yeah, I'm glad to be back too. Um, yeah, so for me, renting, it's you're still kind of like throwing money away, but the price to rent a condo is so cheap that it's like I'm almost okay throwing that money away. Now, if you had the condo that I'm currently in, this condo in the US, if you were living on the beach in the US, this condo would probably be $2,000 a month. But here it's $500 a month. So it's like, you know, condo here in my area in Los Angeles, average price is 700,000. Yeah, so you could buy a condo like that in Bangkok. Let's compare LA to Bangkok, two major cities. You would probably be able to buy that same condo in Bangkok for I'd say 400K. But you can rent that condo for $1,500 a month. 1,200 to $1,500 a month. So, yeah, man. Chile, Pattaya is about an hour and a half to 2 hours from Bangkok. So, normally going from Pattaya to Bangkok, there's a couple different options. One for $4, $4, you can take a giant bus. It's a it's a very comfortable bus. It's basically like an airplane seat on a massive bus with ice cold air conditioning, and it takes about 3 hours on the bus. But it's $4, so you can take the bus to Bangkok. I can drive my Evo, or I can just rent a car. So you can rent like a brand new Toyota Corolla here for like $30 a day. So a lot of times I'll just rent a Toyota Corolla and just, drive a rental car. But soon I was about to buy I was looking for a new daily driver here. I was wanting to buy a ninth generation Honda Accord. You can get a pretty good ninth generation Honda Accord here for 10 to 15,000 US dollars. I was going to be doing that as soon as I got back to Thailand, but I crashed Cream Pie. So my money is, I got to fix Cream Pie. So it is what it is. To rent on the beach in Los Angeles, you're looking at $2,500 easily. Yeah, yeah. So I'm renting on the beach here in Pattaya for $500 a month. So yeah, Jonathan. Yeah, Jonathan says Bangkok would make more sense. Yeah, it would make more sense, but Harris, no RIP, bro. It'll be back. It'll be fixed, man. It'll be fixed, dude. It will be back. Um, yeah, it does make more sense for me to live in Bangkok because I'm there almost every weekend. Like I'm going back to Bangkok this weekend to film a video. Um, but I lived in Bangkok for 5 years. I have CB Media Apparel that has Bangkok on it. And I love Bangkok. I think Bangkok's one of the best cities in the world as far as big major cities go. But if you listen, if you own a modified car and you really don't drive it a lot, you just take it to car shows, Bangkok is fine. But if you own a modified car and you actually drive it, like you actually drive it multiple times a week, living in Bangkok sucks because of the traffic, because of it's terrible. The amount of rain Bangkok gets this time of year during monsoon season is way worse than Pattaya. So, but yeah, there's so many great condos in Bangkok for great prices. Also food. People say Bangkok's expensive for Thailand, but I think Bangkok is super cheap. If you live in the right area, it's still very convenient, and the price of condos and the price of food is just as cheap as Pattaya, if not cheaper. I rented a condo in Atlanta, Georgia, and it was $1,000 to $1,500. Owen, so before I left the U.S., I was living on 17th Street in Atlanta, in Atlantic Station. So I lived in Atlantic Station, and I had a one bedroom in Atlantic Station, and it was $1,800 a month in 2015. So I'm sure that same condo now is $2,500 a month in Atlantic Station. Yeah, Sean, that design's dope, dude. And I still love Bangkok. But I think it's better for me because I want to drive my cars. If I had 10 minutes south of John Tiem, um, you have great open roads there that you can go drive, and there's no traffic. Even on like a Tuesday at 3 or 4 p.m., it's just open roads. You can actually go drive. So yeah. Caucasian debris. Where's that? Bang San? Is that Bang San? I lived in Bang San for 2 years. Oh, and I appreciate it, man. They came out really dope. Oh, I got to show you guys. Hold on. Bro, these came out so sick. Look at these. Look at how sick that is. Look at how sick these things came out. These things came out so dope. Man, this is like my new favorite shirt. I love those things. Link in the description to grab yours. Like I said, my recent video. I'm wearing a dry fit shirt right now from my buddy Storm Garage. If you don't have a dry fit shirt, bro, I'm telling you, like literally go back and look at my live streams. The only time I'm not wearing a dry fit shirt is when I was in Poland because the weather in Poland was like it was like really really very mild weather. But if you live in a place right now where it's hot, where it's 80 plus degrees, you have to have one of these shirts. I literally wear these shirts every single day. Yeah, love these things, man. Robert, it's red, white, and blue, man. There, that's one of the things that I love about the me being an American living in Thailand. The American flag and the Thai flag are both red, white, and blue. I love it. Did I get married while in Thailand? No, I've never been married. No, no, I have commitment issues, sir. I have commitment issues. The only thing that I'm married to is my cream pie. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, I know about Dr. Parker's longtail boat. Yeah, we've had many conversations about his boat. He tried, if I'm not mistaken, I think he tried to buy the Titanic boat for me. Um, but he wanted to buy the boat for me and then have me finish it for him. And I was like, bro, like if I'm going to finish the boat, I'm going to finish it for me. Like I have like the reason I'm selling it was because I want it out of my life. Like no, like yeah, his boat actually got finished, and he was smart. He did something that I didn't do, which was put a diesel engine in it, and they were able to actually complete the boat because it's a diesel engine. They've done, these guys. That's all they do. Pretty much, almost all they do is the four JJs in those boats. So it's simple. They get it done because they've done it, hundreds of times. Karsten, yeah, I was thinking about that, man. The safety fifth design in a dry fit, those would look really good in a dry fit. Yeah, he is a good dude. Yeah, I talked to him on Instagram quite often. Dan, I was just traveling, man. I was your typical American that never really traveled, and I was very interested in Southeast Asia because Southeast Asia, you know, if you're wanting to travel but you don't have a lot of money, when you compare what you get value for the money in Southeast Asia compared to Europe and many other countries, Southeast Asia is where it's at, man. You can come over here and get a good hotel for $30 a night, where you go to most places in Europe, you're spending 150, $200 a night minimum. So when I decided that I was finally, I was like 30 years old and I never left the US. And I just didn't want to be one of those typical Americans. So I got a passport and I begged everybody to go with me to go travel in Southeast Asia. Nobody would do it. Everybody was like, man, I got to work. I got family, this and that. And I said, screw it, I'm going alone. And Thailand was my first stop. And then I traveled all around Southeast Asia. And like most people, Thailand was my favorite. So I started coming back more often. And eventually I went from coming to visit to spending 25% of my year here to spending 50% of my year here just spending 75% of my year here, and then all of a sudden I'm here full time. It's weird. People always ask me, when did you move to Thailand? I'm like, I don't know, because it was like just a slow progression. You know what I'm saying? It was like I just started spending more and more time here, and then one day I was like, oh, I live in Thailand. I didn't even realize that was happening. Duke, that would be cool. Yeah, to go ride in Parker's longtail boat in Florida. Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, good for him, man. I told him, I said, congratulations. Congratulations, you actually got your boat done. Man. Yeah, crazy, dude. George, yeah, I shipped to Germany. Yeah, man, it's good to be back. 165 in the chat. What is up? Yeah, man, it's officially, it feels good to be back. It feels so good. It feels so good to like be settled at my own condo with my own couch and my big TV, and I have my desk and I have my big computer monitor here instead of like being just on my laptop. I have like proper mics, and I'm just, it feels so good. I moved into my new condo last Friday, and I pretty much spent the entire weekend getting everything settled, internet, getting everything set up, getting my desk set up, and man, it feels good, man. It feels good to be back. Dan, you're not going to be really working for any magazines. Uh, yeah, yeah, you're not going to be working for any magazines in the future, unfortunately. Wear a life vest. His boat is leaking. Is it leaking for real? I didn't have a chance to watch his video yet of him driving it in Florida. I've been busy. I just moved into my new condo, so I've been trying to get everything set up, and I didn't have internet, so just got the internet hooked up. Um, still, still just trying to get caught up. Yes, I am back home. I am officially back home in Pattaya, Thailand, and it feels good. How much is it per month? My condo is $500 per month. Yeah, $500 per month. Hello, Nisha. Hi. Dave, I still have my Evo. Yeah, I have my Evo and I have my X Max. I have my X Max 300 that's painted Lamborghini gray, and it has Akrapovic exhaust and Öhlins coilovers and custom seat and custom pegs and mirrors and brake levers and reservoirs and all that stuff. So I've just been riding my X Max. But I think tomorrow I'm gonna go pick the Evo up. So I still have the Evo. It was in the shop getting a new alternator. You know, Evo life. So yep, waffle. I still have a waffle. Max, nice. See you at Underup, dude. Yeah, that event's crazy, dude. That event is, man. This year I should have a booth at Underup. Yeah. This year I should have a booth at Underup where I'm selling CB Media merch and have my cars parked there. So if you're coming to Thailand, Connection Thailand Underup is hands down the best car show of the year in Thailand. Like, it's the car show to go to in Thailand. There's lots of great ones, but man, Underup is crazy. Chad, what was your favorite food while visiting Manila? Oh, Oh, good luck there, buddy. Tosh the Mosh. What was my favorite food while visiting Manila? I'm gonna help you out, dude. I am gonna help you out because you're gonna struggle. Help this dude out. Where are you staying at in Manila, dude? You staying in Makati? Okay, so one is Firefly. I'm looking at Google Maps. Firefly is a rooftop restaurant and bar that is on top of City Garden Grand. So rooftop restaurant and bar, and it's okay. It's okay. Um, yeah, staying in Makati. Okay, cool. So write this down. Firefly rooftop bar and restaurant on top of City Garden Grand. There's two City Garden hotels. There's City Garden and there's City Garden Grand. This rooftop bar is on top of City Garden Grand. Great view, uh, decent food, great live band, good cocktails. It's a very, very good bar, very good restaurant. It's cool to go up, sit up there, and just hang out at the bar and eat. Or if you have a date, it's a great date spot. Another one is so I'm gonna drop this in the chat for you. That Mexican restaurant is really good. Ben, what's up? Ben's in Nashville. I love Nashville. I used to go to Nashville all the time. When I lived in Atlanta, I'd always go to Nashville. That Mexican restaurant is pretty good. Um, Filling Station on P. Burgos. Filling Station is really good. And then actually, there's a pretty decent, also on P. Burgos, is this place, bro. It's actually pretty decent Thai food. So there you go. There's my recommendations for food in Makati. But it's a struggle, man. Yeah, it's a struggle. Good food is not going to be cheap. Yeah, Greenbelt's nice. Yeah, I like Greenbelt too. That mall there is nice. Yeah. And then also BGC. Yeah. Raymond says, Chad, will you do any new YouTube contents like visiting other people's houses with cool garages set up like how you did with Hing's Garage? The thumbnail of this live stream is from Hing's Garage with his baby GTR. There was another garage that I visited in the past before I did YouTube when I was still a photographer and journalist for all the magazines. And there's a really good garage that I visited in Bangkok. And I took photos of the garage and I wrote an article for it for Super Street. And we featured it in Super Street. And Larry Chen went. Larry Chen visited when he was in Bangkok. And I've been trying to get back into that guy's garage for like 2 years. And I messaged him and he's replied and I've talked to him, but it's just never worked out, unfortunately. Um, I don't know what's going on. Yeah. Daryl's Adventures. I'm in Pattaya next Tuesday. Can't wait. Great, man. Where are you coming from, Daryl? Are you currently in Thailand? Got 141 in the chat. Not bad. Oh, man. I also had the side of mine smashed by a truck. It's a huge pain dealing with the insurance. I'm not dealing with insurance on mine. We discussed this a little bit earlier, but pretty much the way insurance works here is the insurance company, the garages that they use, the shops that they would use for the mechanical and the paint and body work are not shops that I want working on my car at all. Like they do it as cheap as possible, as quick as possible, with little regard to quality control or safety. I'm paying out of pocket. There's no way. I'm not there's no way in hell I'm letting the shops that those insurance companies use repair my car. There's no way. Like their level of detail um and quality control is just not acceptable to me. So, yeah. No, my shop's dealing with it. Daryl's coming from Australia, Queensland. Nice. It's not too far of a flight. You know, you Aussie guys got it pretty easy coming over here. You know, for us Americans, it's 20, 24, 26, 28 hours flight coming to Thailand. It's brutal, man. It's brutal. Sucks. I have been to Nong Khai. Yeah, I have. It's beautiful. Yeah, you know, during that whole global pandemic thing, um, I kind of went all around Thailand. The only place in Thailand that I haven't been is up like kind of near the Cambodian border, like Ubon Ratchathani or something, like up around that area. I've been pretty much everywhere else in Thailand. Taco Taco has the best Mex in town, probably the country. Taco Taco does have great Mexican food here. You're right. Pattaya end of October for me. Nice, man. You'll probably catch the end of rainy season, you know, but that's a good time to be here. October's a good time to be here. It's not raining too much, but it's also not crazy busy. Like I get to the point like December and January, there's too many people here, bro. I'm like, dude, some of you guys need to go home. What's the one thing you really don't like about Thailand? What's one thing that our top thing? There's many things I don't like about Thailand. Thailand is far from perfect, but it just fits my lifestyle the best. It offers me the best bang for my buck. What's the one thing I really don't like about Thailand? Um, I guess the one thing I don't like about Thailand is I guess it would probably be the logistics of getting things done. Um, you know, I think it's just this is not just Thailand. Like, I was having a conversation with somebody last night about doing business in Italy. They said Italy's the same way. Us as Americans, we're so used to going, "Hey, I need this done," and people getting it done. We're so used to Amazon Prime, everything arriving in 2 days. We're used to instant gratification, and Thailand does not work that way. Thailand, you have to learn to have patience because when you're dealing with Thai people attempting to get things done, they're in no rush. They're in absolutely no rush. They're going to get things done on their timeline, and their timeline is probably not your timeline. And that's a struggle for Americans to deal with. Um, you know, sometimes it goes a little bit too far. And then also, I would say probably on that same aspect, the whole saving face thing, where people would rather lie to you than tell you the truth. I think that's probably even more so than the lack of motivation of getting things done in a timely manner. I would say the one thing that I like least about Thailand is the whole saving face culture of people. They'll lie to you to tell you what you want to hear instead of just telling you the truth. Because a lot of times I'm in a situation where I need to get something done and people will lie to me to tell me what I want to hear instead of telling me the truth so I can make plan B. Like, I just tell me the truth and I can pivot. I can make plan B and I can get it done here or here or here instead of just telling me what I want to hear. Tourist and idiot pants. Yeah. Finn, they're very stretchy, Finn. The Finn was asking about the CB Media shirts if they come with bigger sleeves. I don't want my guns getting squeezed. These shirts, they're very, very like elasticy. These style shirts are very, very stretchy compared to like normal cotton shirts. So, Tosh the Mosh, mid September in Patia. Yeah, bro. Bring an umbrella. Bring an umbrella. Nice, man. First trip to Bangkok in March. March is a good time to be here. It'll be a little bit hot in March. It'll be a little bit hot, but not too bad. But March is a really good time to be here because, you know, most of the tourists that are here for a month or two, or even like the 2 week tours, they're gone by February. So March. It's not raining. It's hot, but it's not too hot, and it's not too touristy. Like, you'll be able to go into restaurants and bars and get a good seat and get good customer service because everybody's not overwhelmed with tourists. March is a good time to be here. Man, I would love to have a Mighty X, but I don't have the parking. I'm maxed out on parking currently. So, no. Watermelon says I was going to mention that Larry Chen seems to be following your travel patterns. I've heard that from other people. Not really. You know, Larry's been to Indonesia. He spends a lot of time in Japan. He's gone to Manila and Thailand, but I mean, Larry travels a lot. Larry travels way more than me. I was just with Larry in Poland, like 2 weeks ago. I mean, eventually other people will make it to Thailand to film automotive content here. 1320 Video was here, hanging out with me last year. Poe on the Go is moving to Chiang Rai. Awesome, man. Chiang Rai is beautiful. You got to avoid it during the burning season, but as long as you can kind of peace out during burning season and come to Pattaya or Koh Samet or Koh Samui or Phuket or whatever, Chiang Rai is beautiful. Yeah, I spent I spent a week in Chiang Rai, but when I was there, it was kind of right on the other side of the whole global pandemic thing. So I didn't really get the full experience of Chiang Rai. I would like to go back, but it's a beautiful area, super chill. It's just a mini version of Chiang Mai, you know? Brian asks, my favorite place in Thailand to hang out for long periods of time and why? Man, it depends. It depends on what your priorities are. Me personally, I choose to live in the Pattaya area because I want to be able to get to Bangkok easily to attend car shows and drift events and drag racing events and stuff like that. So I choose Pattaya. Um, but if I didn't need to go to Bangkok and be in Bangkok pretty much almost every weekend, it depends on what you want. If you're really into nightlife, if you want to go out and drink all the time, you want to meet girls, um, Pattaya, obviously. Bangkok, if you're into big cities. But if you want to just chill out and, you're not out partying often, um, I'm a big fan of Krabi and Phang Nga. I like those areas a lot. I'm a huge fan of Krabi and Phang Nga because they're just beautiful. Like, the landscape there is just stunning, dude. It's like one of the most beautiful places in the world. And you can zip down to Phuket pretty easy. If you want to take a weekend trip, you can jump on a motorbike or rent a car and go down to Phuket for the weekend. Krabi has an airport. You can fly to Bangkok if you want to go to Bangkok. I'm a big fan of Krabi and Phang Nga. Yeah. If um if I had like a job where I worked remotely, or that just I worked a normal job that I worked remotely or I was retired, I'm a huge fan of both Phang Nga and Krabi are right next to each other. You know, uh, if you don't go out and party at all, like maybe once a month or something, I would pick Phang Nga. If you still want a little bit of nightlife and you still want a little bit of activity, Krabi. Yeah, Jim, Krabi is beautiful. How long will you be in the US? Ron, I am not in the US. I am back home in Pattaya, Thailand. That is that is my home. Yeah. Ah, Poe and the Ghost says he'll be in Songkla during burning season. I've been to Songkla many times. I've been to Songkla probably 10, 12 times, which is shocking to most people. When I tell Thai people I've been to Songkla like 10 or 12 times, they're like, what? I go down there for all the motorbike races. So there's a lot of small CC two-stroke motorbike racing events in Songkla. Songkla has its own drag strip. Yeah, really. I don't think I've actually. No, I've been to Songkla once or twice. I normally go to Hat Yai, but I go to the Songkla Speedway, which is like in between Hat Yai and Songkla. I can't stand the traffic here in Pattaya. Yeah, especially, bro, yesterday, man, I was riding my motorbike down John Tien Beach Road yesterday, and I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, you can walk faster than you can ride a motorbike, much less being in a car. What type of person willingly drives a car down John Tien Beach Road on a Sunday at sunset? It makes no sense to me. Like, you sit in a traffic jam for an hour to get down, like, a tiny little road. It makes no sense. Normal job and wife of 30 years. Love watching you live that life. Yeah, man, dude. Lots of people are happy doing it. You're obviously a very one of the very lucky ones that are happy with a wife and a normal job. It does happen, man. But yeah, Jim. Yeah, I've been to Hoi Hin many times. Yeah, I don't go I don't go to Hoi Hin often. But I've been probably 4 or 5 times. Yeah, it's pretty chill. John, I there's one reason I want to go to Australia, and that's summer gnats. That's the main reason I want to go to Australia is summer gnats. 100%. I love unique car culture. Like I love stuff that's very unique. You know what I'm saying? Like I love seeing a certain type of car culture or motorsports that you just don't see in other places of the world. In Australia, that's the burnout cars. So yeah. Did you get your ocean view for your sunset beers? I do have an ocean view. Yes, of course. I have a thing that if I'm going to live in a beach town, I have to see the ocean. Like literally, I look that way and I see ocean. Like I'm looking at ocean right now. Right now, I'm looking at the ocean. Yeah. Summer Nats is an experience. That's what I'm looking for. I love events you go to, and at the end of the event, you're like, wow, that was an experience. Yeah. Yeah, that's my main reason wanting to go to Australia. I have a lot of Australian friends here. Most of my foreigner friends in Thailand are Australians. Because you guys are so close to Thailand, just naturally, from a logistic standpoint, it's really easy for you guys to get here. And Aussies are just crazy about cars, so I end up having a lot of Australian friends. Duke with the very strange video request wanting the prettiest ladyboy ever video. Duke, when you find the prettiest ladyboy ever, let us know. Good luck on your search. Guys, we have a total peak viewers of, I don't know, it was like 160, 1100 views, and we are an hour and 12 minutes in. I wanted to do a kind of semi-short live stream, cap this at about an hour, because I have stuff to do today, and I haven't done a live stream in a couple weeks. Now that I am officially settled in my condo here in Patia, I have good internet, I have my desk set up, I'm going to be attempting to doing a massive live stream marathon and doing live streams on an almost daily basis to try to build this channel up. Make sure that you're subscribed to the CB Live channel. Make sure you click on the bell icon and turn on notifications. If you're watching this on replay and you made it all the way to the end, you are a total monster. I appreciate your support, but I'm going to be ending this live stream now because it is 9:12 a.m. here in Patia, and I got a lot of stuff to do. So, getting back settled here in Thailand, and I got a lot of stuff to catch up on. So, mic sounds great. Good, man. Hopefully it sounds better than the other little microphone that I had. This is proper good mic here. So, hopefully this sounds way better. I appreciate the support, guys. Thank you for being here.